Domain 1. Hardware. By now you should already have a pretty clear understanding of the pieces of hardware that make up a computer. For the sake of parallelism, we'll run through this section in the same order we did on the 701 exam. Storage devices, motherboards, power supplies, processors, memory, adapter cards, cooling systems, and laptops. We'll also toss in a discussion about some of the common PC tech tools before closing Domain 1 out with printers. Okay, let's talk about all the dirty work involved in storage device installation and operation. First things first though, we have to pick one. And choosing one involves asking some questions about the nature of the device you're going to purchase and eventually install. Here are some examples. What problem is the device being purchased going to resolve? Will this device replace or add onto an existing device? Will this device be an internal or external device? What type of controller will the device be hooked to? Are there any space or cable limitations? Will the device be SCSI or IDE? Which type of SCSI or IDE? Remember that IDE at least nominally includes SATA devices. SATA devices are going to be faster and more easily supported in modern computers than older PATA devices are. SCSI, while much more configurable and able to use some of the more advanced technologies, will be equally more time-intensive to configure and maintain. They'll also be more expensive too. We've provided a chart to help you in any SCSI-related decisions, covering SCSI types and their various characteristics in Figure 1. Once you've chosen your new storage device, there are a few things you'll need to keep in mind for the installation. For instance, the exact installation will vary depending on the case and the device, so you'll probably need to consult some user's manuals. You'll want to determine whether the device is plug-and-play or if manual configuration is required. Most storage devices need rails to secure them to the case in the proper spot. Make sure you're installing them to the correct side of the device. If the device is PATA, are the jumpers set to a master-slave configuration or cable select? If the device is SCSI, does the device ID need to be set? Before you start plugging cables in, make sure you know the location of pin 1 on the device, the motherboard connector, and the cable. If the cable is not keyed, the red stripe on the cable indicates pin 1. After making any manual configuration changes, put the device in the appropriate slot and attach cables. Then, plug in the power connector. Your drive is now physically installed. Let's get to the software side. Thankfully for you, most internal storage devices are plug-and-play. Otherwise, you'd have to do most of your configuration for the device in the BIOS. Some drives